ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्भागवतम की जय, प्रभुपाद की जय, कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, सभी घट्टे भक्तों की जय। Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much for coming and participating wholeheartedly in Harinam Sankirtan. It's our good fortune. कृपा है भगवान की कि हम सब लोग बैठ करके ये थोड़ा भगवान का नाम ले रहे हैं, क्योंकि बार बार नहीं पाइए इस जन्म की मौज। हरि बोल। अंत ही तो रिपीट करिए, अंत ही तो तजेंगे पामर, तूने तजे है अभिहिते, और मन पछतई है प्राणी अवसर बीते। आप लोगों को जिन जिन को भी टेका नहीं चाहिए वो प्लीज आगे आ जाइए, हाँ, जिससे आप लोग देख सके वहाँ। अगर आपको वहाँ कंफर्टेबल है तो वहाँ, नहीं तो यहाँ तक आ जाइए आप लोग, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, प्लीज आगे आ जाइए। वो विजिबल होगा तो अच्छा होगा थोड़ा। भगवान के पास है, हमारा तो कुछ भी नहीं है यहाँ। आ गया प्रभु जी, आप इधर आ जाइए। इज ओके फॉर दैट, यू कैन एडजस्ट इट। हाँ, आप लोग और आगे आ सकते हैं अगर जो भी आना चाहे। तो अंत ही तो तजेंगे पामर। अंत ही मीन्स इन द एंड। अंत ही तोय तजेंगे, तोय मीन्स हाँ तुम्हें, तजेंगे छोड़ देंगे, पामर यानी ये जो बॉडी है ये एक दिन आपको छोड़ देगी एंड में। अंत ही तोय तजेंगे पामर, और तू न तजे अभिहिते, तू न तजे, तजे मीन्स छोड़ेंगे, तू मतलब हम ऑलरेडी इसका अटैचमेंट नहीं छोड़ रहे हैं, लेकिन ये छोड़ देगी। एक बार क्या है, अच्छा पहले इसको पूरा करते हैं। अंत ही तो तजेंगे पामर, तू न तजे अभिहिते, अभी नहीं छोड़ रहे हैं अटैचमेंट। मन पछताई है, मन पछताएगा। प्राणी अवसर बीते, अवसर इज opportunity is given. If it's gone, then the same mind who is not getting attracted to this will be repenting. ये बात। Giving up attachment is not that I am not body, not the Nirakarvadi philosophy that nobody is mine, so I will not take care. No, mame vanshu jiva loke jiva bhut sanatana. See, there was one, maybe some of you would have heard this. There was one Jatni and there was one Jat. Jat, you know, in Haryana, they are there. हाँ, Hari बोल जाए। So Jatni was there. Mamta Mata ji also Jatni. आप लोग और आगे आ सकते हैं चाहे तो, हाँ, please be at home. This is Neelmadhav धाम. So what happened is, वो Jatni थी, वो उसका जो हस्बैंड था जाट, वो उसको टेक केयर ठीक से नहीं कर रहा था। करता था अपनी तरफ से पूरा, पर जो भी इनकम है अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट ही वाज डूइंग, बट हर एक्सपेक्टेशंस वर वेरी हाई। सो शी वाज कंटिन्यूसली नैगिंग, ये नहीं कर रहे हो, वो नहीं कर रहे हो, यू आर नॉट डूइंग, यू नॉट डूइंग, यू नॉट डूइंग दिस, बट ही वाज नॉट एबल टू फुलफिल। ही वाज ट्राइंग, बट कोशिश पूरी कर रहा था वो, ऐसा नहीं है, बट वॉट एवर मीन्स ही हैड। तो वन डे जाटनी गॉट फेड अप, जाटनी को लगा ये तो बहुत हो गया अभी। तो जाटनी ने बोला जाट को, कल मैं तुमको सुबह छोड़ के चली जाऊंगी। tomorrow morning I will leave you. We see in small villages, if something like this happens, it's very catastrophic, isn't it?
Yes.
Small villages there, and people will say, what is this? Cannot take care of wife. What is this? Why you married and all that? Everything this. Too many good pastime for Grahmedi Katha. When something like this happens, 20 million views. Nowadays, people are praying to Krishna. Krishna is asking, what do you want? Prabhu, I want views. Give me 20 million views. You know this, one lady was there. She was going by the jungle. And she had a 20 kg wood on her head. It fell down. So she was praying because that was her livelihood. So Krishna appeared. Krishna said, why you are crying? He said, see, I earn only because of this, my livelihood, and this bundle has fallen down and I am very old, I can't keep it on my head. So Krishna said, ask me anything you want. So she said, Krishna, can you help me put this bundle back on my head? So this is the situation. So this Jatani was there. She said, tomorrow morning I'm going to leave you. You do what you like. Jat was very intelligent. Jat immediately ran onto the third floor roof terrace. And he said, Gaon walo, villagers come here, like Sholay movie, you see. Gaon walo, villagers please come. It was 1 a.m. In the night. See, in village, very good community. Everybody immediately assembled because they know something, because they need somebody help. So we should do. So everybody, whole village gathered in front of the 3-story building. So he said, why? What happened? 1 o'clock, why are you doing this? He said, no, I have come on the third floor, I want to make an announcement. So villager said, what is this? He said, tomorrow morning I am going to ask my wife to leave the house. Because if she leaves, big problem. But if he is announcing, no, because there is too much problem. So this is only an analogy. Like this body is Jatani. Tani. Jai means going. Tani means straight. It is going. You like it or not. Might as well say you go. It doesn't mean you don't take care of health. No, don't please take wrong meaning. I should take best care of my health, because without that we cannot do this. Right? And this is the privilege Krishna has kindly given us. She is coming in form of all of you to help do the seva together. It is not anybody's class is very good, kirtan very good, nothing like that. He wants devotees to come together. It is his kripa. It is nobody's effort. See, one is sadhan and one is kripa. You know, sadhan is done to arrive at the situation, that to find out that sadhan is not going to fully complete my goal. Nobody in this world has said, Prabhuji, Krishna, I have chanted 32 rounds every day for 20 years. Now it's my right to give me darshan. You think it is possible? Finally, Kripa only will do. Nobody can be qualified. If I come to Prabhu's house, I keep knocking the door. Prabhu doesn't open door, what can I do? I may have done whatever I like. So sadhana is there to finally arrive at conclusion that I can do only this much. Beyond this there is no way. So like this Jaya Tani, this body is Jatani, it's going. We might as well say, I surrender it to you, Lord, for your bhakti. Okay, let's proceed with our VVIP. Today we'll try to complete it. So very quickly, Bhagavatam is told by who to whom? First Krishan ji to Brahma ji. Brahma ji told Narad ji told Vyasdev ji. Vyasdev ji told his son Shukdev Goswami. Shukdev ji told Parikshit Maharaj when he was telling, who was sitting there? Sud Goswami. Then later on, 1500 years later approximately, then who asked him? Shaunak Rishi said in Naimisharan, please narrate. And there are questions he asked, and this is happening. So this is coming directly from there which we are. Suppose if there is Sheikh Muhammad's office, there is a big meeting about something, that whosoever sees this, he will get citizenship here. And that information is given to us. It's restricted to few people, that information. And if I get that information. Oh wow. Like this, these are the minutes of the meeting. Isn't it? These are the minutes of the meeting between Krishanji and Brahmaji. And later on further minutes added in all the boardroom meetings by various sages. They are coming through parampara. And they are telling how to get citizenship. Of where? Haribol. So this is, we are really thankful. So what were the four basic things? Basic meaning the ultimate things which were told by Krishna? VVIP. First V is Vasudevam Sarvamiti. Krishna told, I was there before, I am in the center of this everything, and later on I will be only there. If you see, this is corroborated by Bhagavad Gita. That is there. One more. Bahuna janmana vante ज्ञानवानम प्रबद्धते वासुदेवम सर्वमिति स महात्मा हम तो खाली मुंह से बोल रहे हैं, but he has told this. Hare Krishna, please come. So first V is Vasudevam Sarvamiti. So in the end, the final conclusion everybody reaches is that whosoever the person sees will see Krishna in him or her. Once I remember Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, my spiritual guru, His Holiness, he had come to Singapore. So morning 5 a.m., 4 a.m., something like that, after Mangla they went on a stroll at the sea for chanting. The moment he stepped down, he looked at sea. Oh, how vast is Krishna. See, I also see every day sea. But I think of swimming and surfing and what not. This is how the elevated devotee. So Vasudevam Sarvamiti, that is one V. Second V? Value. Anything which appears to be of value, if it is not connected with me, that is Krishna is telling, is not connected with Krishna, then it is only illusion. And the more we are in illusion, the more Punarapi Jananam, Puranapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani. This is the situation. So second is value. We saw a lot of examples. We can see any example. If you don't connect it, same thing will destroy. If it is connected, same thing will construct. Sometimes devotees think, I am losing all this. How Krishna will create something for me? From his each pore, millions of Brahmandas are being constructed. What to speak of something which I have? So, second V. Then third VVI. I is? He is there in everything inside and everything outside only. Also. So, same thing again. Bahuna Janmana Vante. Vasudevam Sarvamiti. Inside, outside. He is there. Last one P is? Personality of Godhead. Okay, Prabhuji, you will, because this cannot connect through here. Whenever this shifts, this is the one. Okay. Prabhuji, Kamal Prabhu, you will read the translation, please.
A person who is searching after the supreme absolute truth, the personality of Godhead, must certainly search for it up to this. In all circumstances, in all space and time, and both directly and indirectly.
So anybody, final P, personality of Godhead. Any person who is searching after supreme personality of truth, the personality of Godhead, anybody who is searching after Krishna must certainly search up to this. Up to this is up to Krishna. In all circumstances, that is Sarvatra, in all space and time, and Sarvada. Sarvatra Sarvada, all the time in all circumstances. All circumstances means Sarvada, and Sarvatra in all space and time. All the time one should search. And after searching, what should they do? They should continue the devotional service. So this was told. Now we know the parampara from top to now we have seen, right? From Krishna to Brahma to Naradji, and then Vyasdev, Shukdev, Goswami Maharaj, then Sudji, and Parikshit, Sudji, Shaunakadi Rishi, and now us. So we were deliberating and discussing as to Sarvatra Sarvada. He is saying you should search about me, Sarvatra and Sarvada, always and all the time. We are now seeing how the parampara is following this. This was our discussion last time, which we had recap up till here. Okay. So Krishna said Sarvatra Sarvada. So what is parampara following? Because if parampara does not follow, nobody will follow. And parampara, these are all Vishnu Tattva and their disciples. So, Okay. So first of all, we already covered this last time. Please repeat. Maya Varnatayo Bhushya. Prabhuji. Just side. Next. Next. Here. Maya Varnatayo Mushya. Ishwarasyanumoditaha. Shranvatah Shraddhaya Nityam. Yayatmana Muhyati. So Brahmaji told after listening to this Sarvatra Sarvada to Naradji that Maya Varnatayo Mushya, please elaborate and exemplify and speak about Krishna's energy. Maya is energy. Varnatayo Mushya. Anumodita. With lot of enthusiasm, you please do that. Prabhuji, you can come here also. It's okay. Shranavataha. You should listen with Shraddha. Nityam. Maya Mana Muhyati. He said you should glorify. Krishna's activity should be glorified. How? Nityam. Nityam means every day, every time. Meaning?
Continuous.
Meaning Sarvatra Sarvada you should do. So he made sure he has passed on the message to Naradji. Now Naradji heard. Now let's see what happens further. Now you remember Vyasdev ji was down with depression and lot of disappointment after writing all these Puranas and everything, but he was still very dissatisfied. Despite the fact he wrote Mahabharata, in which Bhagavad Gita is also there. But Bhagavad Gita and Mahabharata is like Tadvaisam. It is like in moong ki dal ki khichdi, one moong ki dal ka piece. Rest everything is other things. So the khichdi lost its taste. So Vyasdev ji asked Narad ji, Baba, you know everything about heart, because Vyasdev ji is literary incarnation. Of course, Narad ji is also Bhaktavesh incarnation. So they are telling all this for our benefit. So he is asked, why am I disappointed? So Narad ji first did not immediately give him the answer that this is the problem with you. See, this is how the elevated souls, they first lead by example. See, in ISKCON also, if we want to have more and more devotees get the taste of this pure devotional service, all they have to come and see that what is happening. We don't have to even say anything, you should do this, you should do that. No, because, see Prabhuji, you can give happiness to others on one condition. What is that? When you are happy. If you are not happy, can you give happiness? So they have to taste it. This field is not for force. It cannot be. I cannot say, Kaan pakad ke, my son, you do this. You know when I type WhatsApp, my son, what it comes? You have tried? It comes as my sin. You try. So external energy is telling Baba, I've not connected anything which appears to a value. If it is not connected with Krishna, it will be illusory energy. So connect kiya to sun. Nahi to? Bhagavatam tells, Prabhuji remembers that very hard hitting statement. What is that? That the children are, remember? Bhagavatam tells, take it in the right spirit, because if children are not devotees, they are like thieves in our house who have come to plunder the wealth. But if the same children are devotees, then they have come to bless as Krishna's blessings, and they can take Krishna consciousness forward and help us grow in Krishna consciousness. That's the purpose of Grahastha Ashram. So, and children will not do what we tell them. They will do what they see. So I am sitting in pub. I am telling my son, Achyut, go and attend Bhagavad Gita class. This guy must be mad. If it is so great, why is he himself not doing? On the face of it, okay, Papa, okay, but inside, ये तो पागल है. So like that. So Naradji also, he did not start preaching that what is their problem. He did not diagnose first. When you go to the doctor, there are 2-3 kinds of doctors. One kind of doctor, he will say, do this, take this medicine, come tomorrow. And if he doesn't come, the doctor will go to the patient's house and check. Have you taken medicine? This is first kind of doctor, very less. Similarly, 3 types of gurus. This is one. Second is that he will say, next time when he comes, he will ask, have you taken? Have you done? Have you done? He will still take care. Third one, he has prescribed and doesn't bother. You do what you like, your problem. पर्ची कटवा के पैसे जमा कराना. First they will check insurance है कि नहीं. You know, in Singapore, if you don't have money, even government hospital won't treat you. This is the situation today. So if the locals are not that, some of the local, if they are not having lot of money, then they will have to approach the local councillor that please help. Because government hospitals are better than the private ones. They are so expensive. Top class. This situation. So this is Naradji first kind. He did not. Doctor can say, oh, you have come with this problem. No problem. I had this problem. I will tell you I did this. Now it will be cured. This is Naradji. Better than even the 3. So first he told. What did he tell? We covered this one, right? I think.
Yes. I have a question on the previous.
Yes, please.
I was just smiling to myself and thinking about it. So you said, जो आप दिखाओगे वो अच्छा करेगा.
Chances are.
which I agree.
Chances are.
But then
See, there are exceptions. For example, Hiranyakashipu. Son is watching something, but he is doing something else.
Exactly.
That is called touch of the devotee.
Yes.
Because Naradji's Hare Krishna. You can come here, Mataji, if you want. There's a lot of space. Lot of space there. Don't be uncomfortable. Okay. Yes. No, please.
But
You are able to make it Krishna's mercy on us. Yes.
but then वो भी तो अपना कुछ लेके आया है ना.
Yes.
तो अगर मैं
Yes, very good point.
मैं पब में बैठा हूँ और वो कह रहा है तुम ही मजे कर रहे हो, मुझे ऐसे कराओगे.
Yes.
वो तो कुछ दिमाग लेके आओ.
Yes, so this is example of Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu said, I am God, you should worship me. But Prahladji had his own mind. His own prarabdha. So, but generally it is seen, but of course there are exceptions.
We have to start teaching in the home.
Yeah, for example, Ravan and Vibhishan, brothers. So it is not necessary. But chances are that if we do, okay, if not in this life, in the next life the children will have the seed in their mind.
Yes.
I will tell you, I have one friend. He had a marriage of interfaith. It went on well for 7-8 years. Then they had a divorce. So the boy was very disturbed. So mother is trying to counsel. So he is telling his mother, Mother, you taught me everything, but you did not tell me how to deal with these situations. But if at least we have somebody to fall back on. That is a big anxiety reliever. Some people say, oh, you feel happy by putting all your problems onto somebody else. But that is today's modern coach is telling that only. Don't worry about result, just leave it on your boss. No, mentally at least, see, you can say this, but at the end, you cannot be holier than the thou. Right? You are saying, no, do this is very good for business. Boss is saying to hell with you. After a certain stage, you will let it go. Okay, bhaiya, you. See, some things can be explained by words. Some things you have to go through. Then only. Prabhupada gave that example. His son used to put his finger in the table fan. He said, don't do. No, Papa. Thak. No, Papa. It was so one day Prabhupada started it very low speed. So he put his finger and tack. After that he never did. Why? Because that is why we are here, no? In this. That is the reason. I understood up to a certain point, but I did not understand fully. So Krishna said, okay, करके देख लो भाई, try your luck. घूम फिर के धक्के खा के यहीं आओगे, तब तक जाओ मजे करो. Okay, so Narad ji, did we cover this one last time? Okay, no problem. Narad ji told that before telling what is the diagnosis, why he is depressed, first he told what he himself did when his mother left the body. He was 5-year-old, his mother was bitten by a snake and they were serving Vaishnavas. So he was listening all the things and he had memorized. Then he went to the jungle. After jungle, he chanted there. After that, Krishna gave him darshan once and he said, now you wait. After that, what did he do? That thing he is telling to Vyasdev ji. Okay. Prabhuji, you will read translation.
Thus I began chanting the holy name and frame of the Lord by repeated recitation, ignoring all the formalities of the material world. Such chanting and remembering of the transcendental pastimes of the Lord are benedictory. So doing, I travelled all over the earth, fully satisfied, humble and unenvious.
Hari Bol. So he said, what did he do? After Krishna gave him he has heard, what has he heard from Brahmaji? Word? Which word did he hear when Chatur Shloki was being told to Naradji? Before that we just saw. Nityam. Brahmaji told him you should do all the time and all places. You should do, right? So he said, Namani Anantasya, his unlimited names. What did he do? Pathan. Prabhuji, just repeat the translation of Pathan. Here. By recitation. Repeated reading. He is remembering Nityam. So he did say that I was reading once. Repeated reading. Then he said Smaran. What is the translation for Smaran?
Remembering.
No, see there.
Constantly remembering.
Constantly remembering. The translation is not remembering here only. Literal meaning is that only. But it is constantly remembering. That is again Sarvatra Sarvada. So he said, I was doing Sarvatra Sarvada reading, I was doing Sarvatra Sarvada Smaranam. Then what did he do? Paryatan. Paryatan, Prabhuji, Olga Mataji, can you read Paryatan? Okay. Just this is the word here. Paryatan.
I can see it.
Okay. Paryatan in green, in the second line.
Payatan, traveling controlled Sarvatra.
Traveling all through.
Oh, okay.
Traveling all through meaning traveling where? All through means what? Everywhere. What is everywhere?
All around the globe.
Sarvatra. Once he was told Nityam. See how much remembrance. Sarvatra. Then fully tusht manaha. So therefore, Sundar Prabhu, just read the translation again.
Thus I began chanting the holy name and fame of the Lord by repeated recitation, ignoring all the formalities of the material world. Such chanting and remembering of the transcendental pastimes of Lord are benedictory. So doing, I travelled all over the earth, fully satisfied, humble and unenvious.
So he was repeated recitation, constant chanting and traveling all over the earth. So first of all, he himself did Sarvatra Sarvada. Otherwise, you know that story, right? This one person came of diabetes to the doctor. So doctor said, you come next day. You come after 1 month. Then I will tell you. So after 1 month he came and he said, you please don't eat jaggery and sugar. So he said, boss, you made me wait for 1 month. You could have told me 1 month back, I would have been doing. He said, yeah, I could have told you, but I myself have diabetes and I am eating. I was that day eating sugar and jaggery. Unless I do it, what I am telling, it will have no impact on you. Last 1 month I am not eating. Then it will, you can see, elevated devotees, you hear the same thing, what we are hearing today. It will have magnified impact. Because they are practicing fully. Okay.
Prabhu, sorry, I want to ask, what is the full satisfaction, humble is, I understand, but how do you relate non-envious to this?
Okay. So what happens is, actually, when somebody does Sarvatra Sarvada, and somebody knows Bahuna Janmana Vante, and somebody realizes, not only verbally, that Krishna is only become everything. He is coming in different forms and shapes through himself or his energies. Then the person understands, I am also Mame Vanshu Jivaloka Jivabhuta Sanatana. I am Ansh of Krishna. You are also Ansh of Krishna. He is also Ansh of Krishna. He is also Ansh of Mataji, also Ansh of Krishna. Body may be different, male, female, but soul is all Ansh of Krishna. So Prabhuji, can you envy yourself? There is a separate thing which we will take one time later, how people envy themselves. Anyway, that's a separate big chapter. But nevertheless, if this visualization comes, realization comes that everybody is Ansh of Krishna, I also and you also, I will not envy Prabhuji. I will not. But if I see, this person is also chartered accountant, earning better than me, I should earn more, lot of envy. Mataji is doing very well than me. Mataji is chartered accountant. So I will have envy. That means I am looking at bodily conception of life. But if the realization is there, everybody is Krishna's Ansh, then you will not envy. You will not even, I will not even criticize the garbage. Because I cannot.
Everybody says.
And what is that? Pandita Samdarshina. What is that? Vidya Vinay Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shuni Cheva Swapakecha Pandita Samdarshina. Cow, dog, human being, they see same. Dog eater also, Chandal. Okay, so he first told what he is himself doing. So Vyasdevji got the feel, he understood. Baba, this is what he is doing himself, so something must be coming from this only. Now Naradji told Vyasdevji what he should do. Please repeat. Yatha dharmadayashchartha. Thank you for changing the slide. Munivarya anukirtitaha. Na tatha vasudevasya mahimahe anuvarnataha. So what he had actually done, Vyasdevji, he had written lot of geopolitics, politics, Rajarshi, this philosophy, that philosophy, Sankhya. He is the one who broke down, who divided one Veda into 4, and you can see in Bhagavatam, each Veda there is a disciplic succession coming. Paila Rishi, Vaishampayan Rishi, all those descriptions are there in Srimad Bhagavatam. So he said, Yatha, Jaise, just as Dharmadaya. What are the 4 dharma which generally is considered as dharma? Dharma is generally seen as do something good. Arth is? See, this place is so prosperous because of dirham. What has dirham inside it? So everybody is chanting every day because I like dirham. I chant whole day dirham, 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 dirham. Ram, 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 Ram. So just like Valmiki ji, he was completely purified by Mara, 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 Mara. He could not chant Ram, right? He said Mara, the death. Mara, 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 Mara. So he was elevated like that. The Ram, 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 Ram. Okay. So he said, Naradji told Vyasdev ji, Yatha Dharmadayash Chartha, just like the 4 dharma principles, Artha, Dharma, Kam, Moksha, Muni Varya, hey Muni, Anukirtitaha. Now please see the read translation of Anukirtita. Rani Mataji, can you read Anukirtita meaning? You have repeatedly described Arth Dharma Ka Moksha, Arth Dharma Ka Moksha, Arth Dharma, repeatedly. Sarvatra Sarvada you have done this. What Sarvatra Sarvada you have not done? Let us see that. Na tatha Vasudevasya. Na, no, tatha, but you have not done what? Vasudevasya of Lord Shri Vasudev Krishna. What have you not done? Mahima hei anuvarnitaha. Mahima is what? Glories. Anuvarnitaha. पढ़िए आप अनुवर्णिता. So constantly you are describing Arth Dharma Ka Moksha, Arth Dharma Ka Moksha, 16 rounds every day, but no rounds of Mahima Anuvarnita of who? Vasudevasya. Constantly you should describe Lord Krishna's glories. Instead of that you are glorifying constantly Arth Dharma Ka Moksha. So what is the word he has used? Please see. Anukirtitaha is what? Repeatedly described. And Anuvarnitaha is what? So constantly. And what is constantly mean? Constantly means? Sarvatra Sarvada. He passed on the message. Paklo sir aap bhi. The biggest service we can do to mankind is to pass this. Yare dekha tare kaha. This is not for our glorification. This is for our commission. Commission agent is very good in ISKCON or in any spiritual field, wherever. Who is a commission agent? He gets commission for what? For selling. And what do we have across the world? Naam. Yes, where it is done? In the heart. That word which is being used in English is hatta, naam hatta, naam hatta. Actually it is not hatta. It is naam heart. Heart is a village. It's a place. It's a marketplace in a village. Heart. Where everybody brings their goods at a certain place and they sell. Naam heart means name is being sold free. That is naam heart. So, anuvarnitaha. Constantly, this Krishna's names, if they are done, then there won't be any depression because anything of value will get connected. I forgot why I was telling Naam Heart. This is the thing. Okay. So freely we are selling, distributing, we should do that. That is what commission agent we were talking.
Commission agent, yes.
So Bhakti Vinod Thakur Maharaj has written one bhajan. In that he says that I will serve you, Krishna, by distributing your holy name, and my commission is confirmed.
In one of the lectures I was hearing, the symptom of progress is also that you feel need to share.
See, a person, realized souls, there are two times when if there is a huge pot, it will make noise in two times only. One is when it is getting filled. Another is when that thing is fully full and it is being poured into another one. Two times it will make noise. That's why they say empty vessels make noise. What is that? Don't make. They make much more noise because you put anything in empty vessel, it will do. But realized souls, not noise, they speak, then they are fully full, they pour into others. So Naraji clearly told, boss, you want to come out of depression, anxiety, all these modern days ailments, he told that time only. Before Bhagavatam was manifested again. Bhagavatam is eternal. It is not manifested 5,000 years ago. Sorry. Krishna consciousness is not manifested. It is re-manifested in ISKCON. But it is eternal because Krishna is eternal. Krishna conscious. Conscious means in that mood of Krishna. In bhav of Krishna. If Krishna is there, his devotee is there, he is in ISKCON. It's a different matter. He may not have a life membership and 3 days stay free in any. That may not be there. So he told, you want to come out of anxiety and all these problems? Please constantly describe, chant Krishna's name. If you do something else, so he passed on the message of Nityam Sarvatra. So now Parampara has reached on Sarvatra Sarvada up to Vyasdev ji. Now Vyasdev ji is describing all these verses in this. So anyway, he is telling about Sarvatra Sarvada. Let us see. Vyasdev ji told all this to who? Shukdev Goswami. Please repeat. We all have done this. So what was the scene? That Parikshit Maharaj was cursed to die in 7 days. And at that time, what did Parikshit Maharaj ask the question? What a dying person should do. Huh? And at that time, Shukdev Goswami came. What did Shukdev Goswami tell? Famous fulcrum verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. Please repeat. Tasmad Bharat Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishwaro Harihi Shrotavyah Kirtitavyascha Smartavyascha Ichchata Abhayam. Okay, what did he tell? Tasmat. Therefore, Bharat Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishwaro Hari, about Lord Krishna. What you should do, what a dying person should do if you want freedom from the fear of death. What you should do? Shrotavya. What is Shrotavya? We can feel. When I was in office, I was much more anxious. When I am getting blessings of all the devotees, my anxiety is proof of the, what is that? Proof of, no, proof of pudding is in eating. Okay, so he said, what you should do, dying person should do, tasma shrotavya. You should kirti tavyascha. Kirti is glory is kirtika. Smartavyascha. Ichchata abhayam. Ichchata is, ichcha means desire, abhayam means fearlessness. If you want fearlessness, one should hear, glorify and remember Lord Krishna. Now see something very, very interesting. Shrotavya. What is the translation, Prabhuji? Can you read translation of Shrotavya?
Is to be heard.
Is to be heard. Constantly is there? No. Not there. Kirtitavyascha. Constantly is there? No. Smartavyascha. Constantly is there? अभी तो प्रॉब्लम हो गया नहीं
9%.
No, that's okay, but he should specify because he has heard it from his father, Sarvatra Sarvada. Where is that? Correct? Okay. This is 215 by Shukdev Goswami. 2-36. Shukdev ji to Parikshit Maharaj. Okay, please repeat. Tasmat Sarvatmana Rajan. Harihi Sarvatra Sarvada. Shrotavyah Kirtitavyascha Smartavyah Bhagavannam. Okay. Anybody find the difference between first shloka and this shloka is 215. This one is Shukdev Goswami immediately said, Baba, I know Sarvatra Sarvada, but people, those who are reading Srimad Bhagavatam should not think Shrotavya ek baar suno chhod do. Listen once and leave it. Kirtitavyascha, one time glorify, leave it. Smartavyascha, remember once and leave it. No. 2-36 he re-specifies. Same shloka is repeated. Adding the word. Kishori ji, can you read translation?
O King, it is therefore essential that every human being hear about, glorify, and remember the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, always and everywhere.
Haribo. No doubt should remain in the reader's mind or listener that it, but do it one time because he heard. He stresses same word. Others are saying Nityam and all that, but here Sarvatra Sarvada. Exact verbatim. See, this is all we are doing for Bhav. Actually speaking, he meant in the first one also Sarvatra Sarvada. But he has re-emphasized again. If the translation is not there, doesn't mean it is not included actually speaking. But it is for our also some blissful juice we also have to take out. So it is given like this, that look this here and this here. But he means only that. It is not that he does. Prabhupada also means only. Okay. So now what is the time, Prabhuji?
9:28.
Okay, 2 more minutes we have. Every time I write concluding part, but it does not conclude. Anyway, okay, so now information has reached where? Up to which stage? To Parikshit Maharaj. Right? So Goswami is sitting there. Very good. Agreed? Okay. Now Parikshit Maharaj is listening all this. What is Parikshit Maharaj dialogue to Shukdev Goswami? Please repeat. Sarvatra Shraddhaya Nityam Granatascha Swacheshtitam Kalena Ati Dirghena Bhagavan Vishate Hrdi. Sarvatra is what? One who hears. Shraddhaya is? So full faith and eagerness. Nityam. Meaning Sarvatra Sarvada. Granastascha Swacheshtitam. With one's own endeavor. If one listens about Krishna, making effort, like you all have done the effort. Friday evening, who wants to be in? We mentioned, my Maharaj used to say, right? Others are in pub, we are also in pub. Our pub is Prabhupada Unlimited Bhagavatam. PUB. Prabhupada Unlimited Bhagavatam. The benefit of this pub is you will always be high. There is never headache. Actually speaking, if you are sitting among drunkards, they will say, how come you have drunk so much? Because you will be much more than the ones who have drunk. Vibhat Bhagavatam Rasamalayam. Muhur aur Rasika Bhuvi Bhavuka.
They really think that you're too much.
See? They will actually 5 hours doing and you are not drinking and somebody is also not drinking. He will think this fellow is drunk much more. And next day you are ever fresh. Others will be sleeping till 11 a.m. or they will be, I know in army my brother was there. Before going to parties, they would take lot of butter and eat, because there lot of rum will be drunk. Devotees are also drinking, but they are drinking rum. Not rum. There is one big car, you see, so magnanimous, Ram. There are places here which are with after Ram. Ram Ram. So he said, Kalen na ati dirghena. Kalen means in time. Na ati dirghena. Very soon. Dirgh meaning late. Na dirghena, very soon. What will happen? Bhagavan Vishate Hirdi. If one takes endeavor and hears his katha, then Nityam, always, everywhere, then what will happen? Krishna will manifest in the heart. So now who has got the information? Now who is listening there? Vasant Prabhu told. Okay. Sut Goswami was listening there. Sarvatra, Sarvada. See what he is telling? Shaunaka Rishi. Please repeat. Tasma dekena manasa Bhagavan Sattvatam Patehi. फिर वही श्रोतव्या कीर्तितव्यश्च ध्येयः पूजश्च नित्यदा. So Suji understood, Baba. Sarvatra Sarvada is a main point here. So what did he tell Shaunakadi Rishi? Tasmadekena manasa, with one pointed attention. भगवान सात्वताम पति, डिवोटीज के लीडर जो हैं, what one should do about him? श्रोतव्य. What is श्रोतव्य? Here. कीर्तितव्यश्च ध्येय. ध्यान is same as स्मर्तव्यश्च. Same thing is repeating. पूजश्च, पूजा करना. नित्यदा. परंपरा as it is सर्वत्र सर्वदा. Few verses are remaining, we will see next time. Time is of the essence. Granth Rashi on Bhagavatam. Any questions, doubts, clarifications?
Basically, it's all the same, the wording are different.
But they are passing on the message and practicing also the same thing, so that the mango is fruit of mango. Nigam kalpataror galitam phalam shukh mukhad amrit dravya samyatam pibat bhagavatam rasamalayam muhur aho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. Nigam kalpataru. Nigam is Vedas. Kalp is desire giving. Taru means tree. Vedas are desire giving tree. Nigam kalpataror galitam. Galitam means paka hua, ripened. Galitam phalam. Phalam is fruit. What is Srimad Bhagavatam? Is the ripened fruit of the Vedas who can give everything. Pibat Bhagavatam. One who reads Bhagavatam, he gets this. Pibat Bhagavatam Rasamalayam. It is full of ras. Rasam, teacher na Prabhuji makes nice rasam. We are missing Mataji for rasam and sambar. क्या करें, अभी गया नहीं ना अभी वो. पिबत रसम भागवतम रसमालयम भागवतम. पिबत भागवतम रसमालयम मुहुर अहो. गिव मी मोर. पिबत भागवतम रसमालयम मुहुर अहो रसिका भुवि भावुका. One who is got the taste, he said, please give me more, give me more, give me सर्वत्र सर्वदा. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की शीला प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. गौर प्रेमानंदे सब इकट्ठे भक्तों की जय. प्रभु जी उसको अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. शीला प्रभुपाद की जय.